Welcome, Capricorn, to a timeless wave of love reading for you, where we discuss however the topic of love would like to be disclosed via one of the sister energies that I read for, which on this channel it is for Bastet. Bear in mind that in doing so, whatever brings you here is your true form, whether or not you are applicable or attracted to the label of the reading, or you being a Capricorn or not. Bear in mind that if you'd like to gain access to her sister channel, which may help you to solidify impossible 360 understanding of the reading, she advises you to check out her sister channel, and that can be found in the description box below. Also, various links to access the content between the two. As far as myself, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who and what I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. In the description box, you will also find my newly launched website where you can not only, again, read up on me, but also book a service of mine should you feel compelled to do so. Okay? More specifically about the reading, it is important that you remember that you have tapped into a collective reading, that this is not a personal one-to-one, that you and I have a lot of time for. So it is important that you utilize your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you, leave anything behind with the reading that may not have. Feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. I just repeated myself, I think. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. All right, but feminine is masculine and feminine. Masculine is feminine and masculine. Yeah, okay, that's it. This card's distracting me. Okay, let's get into it. Sheesh. Capricorn. All right. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Good is good when it's good. Bad is absolute poop when it's bad. Yet, wherever you have been going, staying afloat here, trudging through your shit, high five. Like, you have put a lot of sweat and tears to being here. I want to remind you that Ether knows what you love, while also reminding you that it's still an external reflection that you'd like to encapture, rather than seeing it encaptured within you already. Sometimes the best lessons for you to learn is when no one is around you. Because the outcry within you is that you want everyone around you. But everyone around you is also exhausting. And then it teeters your ego to manipulate the reasons as to why these people choose you, rather than just being in a moment. It's like if some of the versions of your ego have certain expectations within a setting of people, and those expectations rarely get met. And it perpetuates the inner, let's call it fury, that is the motivator to do and act out, quote unquote, act out the way that you do. So I'm saying that with a sense of integrity, to know that you at least know some of the bullshit that you're part responsible for. We couldn't ask for more or less, because it does require a sense of accountability, of acknowledgement, which the exposed, not so exposed secret is that you do know. Part of that fury, that motivator, is that some of the purpose of where you go hurts other people. And for, let's call it spiritual growth, that's totally acceptable, because the spiritual self needs to also teach you, the one that admits it's a spiritual journey. And it is a completely different wavelength of timing and speed and evolution than all that is spiritual. So sometimes it requires to rejuvenate that energy, and it's best to do that when you're full and need to regenerate on your own. So that way you don't have triggers, you don't have, distractions, you don't have judgments and criticisms. So that's where ether sometimes comes in and maybe pulls the Virgo card and says, you know what, you need to isolate. You need to understand what that means. And maybe in honor to you not needing to be triggered again, that you need to be in isolation, is not to say we don't recognize you as an ether, that you have been very alone in your journey. But let's face it, one of the reasons why you have been very feeling alone in your journey is because there is maybe a need to develop emotional integrity within yourself. I mean, in and of itself, that's a problem with Capricorns. All right, the sun sign of Capricorn is like, no, I don't have time to talk about these emotions. Emotions don't give me money, y'all. Money. That's why they're so good about you. That's why you're so good about your money. You're so good. You're so good. Even when it's bad, nah, you good. You just need the reminder how good it is by talking to other people who are like, yeah, man, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, it's not the problem over here. Good. See, when it comes to finance, you have a personal, a wisdom that you'd like to bestow upon and stay on and remain in, that allows you to be like, you make better investment choices, basically. When it comes to your emotions, not so much. And that we are going to have to teach you here. We have to teach you by reigniting some of the things you already know. And then asking you to show up to that sense of responsibility. Because that, my friend, is the difficult part of you. But it's nice, right? But it is difficult to get you moving. But it is difficult to get you to recognize the sense of possibilities, because you do not give yourself credit. Not emotionally. Only when your money is affected. Only when your money in your material world, 727, is somehow at war, is when you show up and be like, all right, what's mine is mine. What can I do to make money? What do I have to do in order to hustle and raise up my financial status? Raise up anything within myself. You'll show up quick when it has to do with money. So when it comes to that, success rate for the inner self shielded behind Capricorn of the ego sun sign, should start becoming aware that the only blockages that you may face, 808, is the blockages of the ego needing to have an ego death, learning how to learn, requiring wisdom from intuition, requiring wisdom of the uncertainties, because yes, that is wisdom within that. High Priestess. Yeah, I mean, we need, you are a king in so many ways, where you are a motivator doing the shit. And then where things, you want to close your eyes and not admit that certain variables to what you've now attracted require either more attention, more management, more directionalism, more clarity. Those are certain aspects that do require a form of emotional tension, emotional availability, emotional intelligence to negate. And that is your struggle. That is where you are also being gifted by the universe to say that there's not much work you need to do besides wait, watch, anticipate, and learn, to know the varying degrees of your intuitive self and your ego, and how your intuition can assist the justice of the decisions your ego will make before and after an ego death. 949. I hope that makes somewhat sense. A lot of twists and turns in this reading. In feeling, okay? And not being like, you think you know it, and then it's like, oh no, that's not it. Is that it? No, that's not it either. Only you will know. Okay. We have Mars action, Pisces intuition, and the stars hope. Only you know. Only you, and you, and you, and all that around you. Because everyone and everything that's magnetizing to you is also part you. Alright, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in this ether of time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.